Well, good afternoon. Once again, my name is Rob Weaver. I'm the Vice President with Property Panorama. I've been with the company now a little bit over 6 years. Actually, no, I take that back. I just passed my 7th year anniversary. But nonetheless, I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their busy schedules to join me today for the MLSOK Virtual Conference presentation of Property Panorama. I'm going to be covering a lot of information here in a very short time. So I heavily encourage you, if any questions arise throughout the presentation, please use that Q&A tab at the bottom of your webinar portal, and I'll make some time at the end to answer those accordingly. Today, we're just going to basically discuss all of the different Property Panorama products that are available as an MLSOK member. Some of those are at no additional cost, including our advanced features of InstaView and Agent Profile. But for those of you that are not familiar with Property Panorama, I want to start by giving you some background information about who we are. Excuse me. Property Panorama, since introducing our company to the industry, our mission has always been really simple, which is connecting consumers directly to the agents. We're an automated digital marketing solution that was established in 2002. We currently get, on average of over 1 million unique visitors to our website per week, and have more than 250 MLS and association partnerships across the United States and Canada. Property Panorama consists of 3 core products. The first one we're going to discuss today is our Agent Profile, which is just released in the beginning of June. If you have not had an opportunity to check that out, I do encourage you to do so. It's a fully branded public website that's designed for both buyers and listing agents. Then we have our InstaView product. InstaView, some of you may be familiar with. This is the virtual tour solution that's available. The virtual tour gets created within an hour of entering a listing into your MLS system. And then we have our Boost digital advertising. Boost places highly visible banner ads out on popular websites like Facebook, Amazon, and it's designed to follow consumers around to the sites that they go to, which I'll explain here momentarily. But first, let's get into the Agent Profile. Agent Profile, again, fully customizable website that's available for you to use as a digital footprint in the internet world, if you will. We have a couple of different templates that you can choose from. They're both desktop and mobile responsive. So excuse me, so they'll display on any device. And as I mentioned, there are a couple of different templates, the one you see on the screen here, and then the next template here that's popping up, should be popping up right about now. You can add any of your social media outlets, including your websites as well. And that way consumers can view the information and then be able to reach out and contact you directly. The Agent Profile also allows you to host all of your active listing inventory. Consumers will come here, click on the more info, which then opens up the branded InstaView tour. And then they can also check out the loan calculator to see what those payments may look like should they choose to move forward with their home. The Agent Profile also allows you to add testimonials and biographies about yourself and gives consumers a very simplistic way of being able to reach out to you directly using that contact form. Anything that we gather through the website will be sent to you via email. That way you can stay in touch with those potential clients of yours. Next, we're going to discuss the InstaView platform. Now, InstaView comes with a plethora of advanced features, all of which are included as a free benefit for being an MLSOK member. The unbranded tour is created, both the tours, all these products, I should say, I apologize. All of these features are available within an hour of a listing going live in your MLS, and it covers unbranded, branded tours, branded listing videos, virtual PDF flyers, just listed, just sold postcards, also social media syndication, which is what we essentially attribute to outperforming other third-party sites in regards to activity to your listing. We also have TurboText, which is part of our lead capturing elements, and I'll explain those here momentarily as well. On your screen now is the unbranded tour. And just as a reminder, within an hour of a listing going live, this is automatically created and attached back to your listing. Now, if you have any other virtual tours or any other marketing that you're using on the MLS, you could be rest assured that InstaView will not overwrite that information, so you can use whatever material you desire. The branded tour, which has a very similar layout as the unbranded tour, also has a couple different extra elements included with it as well. The latest addition to the branded tour is our Follow This Listing feature. This will allow consumers to enter their email and name into the fields that you see there. And what that does is that triggers our system to send an email notification to you, being the listing agent, giving you that information. We are also working on the ability to update the consumer should any price changes occur or any photos change. That way they can stay up to date with the listing and keep their interest peaked on your property. The branded tour also comes equipped with a Google Maps integration, which allows consumers just to kind of see the local amenities surrounding the area of the property. And then probably my favorite feature, which is the media link section. This is what allows InstaView to be a one URL virtual tour solution, meaning you can add any of the additional content that you have for your listing right here inside of InstaView. So for instance, for example here, if you have a virtual open house, or maybe you have a 3D Matterport tour you want to include, or I've even seen some agents market their title companies that they work with, or mortgage companies and whatnot. Anything that has a URL, you can certainly include it right here into the InstaView platform. The next feature I'm going to explain it here is the MP4 listing video, again, fully branded. As you can see there, the agent broker information on the right-hand side. Excuse me. And it's obviously very image centric. This is a great tool for you to use to download from your account or from your members area and upload it to a YouTube channel that you might manage. You also have the ability to, maybe you want to upload it directly to Facebook as an MP4, or even send it over to your sellers as a keepsake. The choice is yours on how you want to distribute that out, but that is also available within your Property Panorama account. We also have PDF flyers here, fully customizable. Again, you can adjust all the photos that are there to best represent your listing. You can adjust the description of the property or the features. Now, we will automatically pull all the information from the MLS, but in the event that you want to adjust that, you do have that liberty to do so. And then the just listed and just sold postcards are available as well. We don't offer the sending out of the postcards. However, we do give you the ability to download those and take them to a print shop that you can have them printed out and sent out accordingly. This is also the same with our turbo text feature. As you can see in the example, it's mainly designed for your signs in the front of the homes. What it does is that when a consumer texts the code to the number that we provide, every tour that's created with Property Panorama has a unique code that's generated with it. And when that code is texted to the number that we provide here, what it does is it sends the consumer almost an immediate response text with the branded InstaView tour link and the contact information for the listing agent. And of course, you can also get an email sent to you with the information so you can reach out and address any questions that the consumer may have. That'll do it for the actual InstaView and agent profile, which, just as a reminder as well, that InstaView and agent profile, all of the advanced features are included at no additional cost with your MLSOK membership. Boost digital advertising, which is coming up here on your screen now. This does have an additional cost associated with it, which I'll discuss that pricing with you here in a moment. But first, I just want to give you some highlights of Boost, being that we offer listing and agent ad campaigns that are designed to drive traffic exposure, as well as listing and brand recognition across the internet for you. They display on all devices, and some of our competitors will sometimes restrict you to or I should say limit you to where you can advertise your listings. Boost does not do that. So there's no zip code restrictions with our Boost ads. How Boost works is that we're going to track the online behavior of the consumer. We're going to take a look at if they're going to realtor.com, Zillow, and all those other third-party sites. Are they looking up mortgage rates in their area or playing with loan calculators? We're also going to track to see what type of entries they're making into their internet searches on, Google, Yahoo, Bing, etc. We're going to take all of that data. We're going to compile it together, and then we're going to display the ads out on the websites that the consumer goes to. Now, all of our ads include Facebook. Some of our competitors may charge additional cost for that. We include it in ours, but it goes on Facebook, MSNBC. You're going to see a lot of the more popular ones here on the slide. But the idea is that the ads will follow the consumers around to the websites that they visit. And it's heavily targeted, so you're not going to display ads to, you know, maybe some of the younger generation that's playing video games out on their mobile devices. We're going to put the ads out on the websites that the active consumers that are searching for their next home, or to buy or sell their next home. On your screens now is an example of our default settings. So the ad design is, again, available with, available within an hour of a listing going live, fully customizable. You can also adjust the tags that you see here for just listed, view photos. Maybe you're trying to advertise an open house or a just sold property. You can adjust the photos and, you know, like I mentioned, customize it to match your branding. When a consumer clicks on the ad, what happens is that it directs them by default to the branded InstaView tour. However, if you have a different landing page you want to use, for instance, if you have a website that you want to direct consumers to, you can certainly adjust that as well. Now, the ads are targeted to a 15-mile radius around the property. However, you can change that to 3 zip codes or even a specific city of interest. For just to kind of give you some insight, I know we have some folks that are in the Florida region that do tend to like to advertise their listings up in New York, Chicago, Cleveland. The idea is that you're not restricted to where you can advertise your listings at. Here's an example of how those boost ads will appear on those websites. As you can see here, it's at the top of a headline or within the natural scroll of an article that might be being viewed on a mobile device. It's highly visible. Consumers are certainly going to be seeing this. And then just to kind of give you some information on what to expect with a boost ad. We're not going to guarantee leads. I think it's unfair for any ad company to guarantee leads, but what we can guarantee is the unmatched visibility your listing is going to get. As you can see here in the slide, 5,000 to 6,000 impressions per week, 30 to 50 clicks per week. Imagine having 30 to 50 people interested in contacting you for your listing each week. That would be quite the stat there. But we do also provide, 3 to 5 times more traffic than any of our other competitors. You're also going to get a daily analytics report. So we're going to track to see how many times the ad's been viewed, how many times it's been clicked on, as well as the virtual tour statistics of where those tours are being viewed from. So we're going to take all of that. We're going to send you a daily analytics report giving you that information. And then you can also check those statistics in real time right through your Property Panorama account as well. So as I mentioned before, Boost does come with an associated cost. The 1 week listing campaign starts at $59.99. However, as you can see here, that if you purchase a multiple week campaign, we give you an additional week for free. So if you buy a 2 week campaign for the $118.99, we're going to give you 3 weeks of advertising for that ad. Also, it's not defaulted, but if you choose to select the automatic renewal process for the ads, we're going to give you an additional 10% off of your purchase as well. On the right-hand side of the launch page, you're going to be able to preview what those ads will look like out on the web or on your Facebook. This is also where you're going to edit the ads and customize them as well. Just below that, you'll be able to edit the website. As I mentioned, we will default it to the branded virtual tour of your listing. But if you have another tour or maybe another website that you want consumers to be directed to, just click the edit website button and it'll allow you to do that. And then just below that is where you can change your address targeting. Just as a reminder, the default is a 15-mile radius around the listing. But if you want to choose up to 3 zip codes, maybe that might be better for you, or maybe a specific city that you're trying to advertise in, that's where you'll make that adjustment. That's going to cover the products from a 500-foot view, if you will. Now, Property Panorama does have a direct login right through Matrix. So you don't have to worry about getting a username or password or any of that. If you log into your Matrix homepage and then go to the very top, it says links, and then follow the navigational path to Property Panorama. So it's links and then Property Panorama. Once you click into there, it's going to take you directly into your members area, which is what we call, the main section is what we call My Tours. You're going to notice in the upper left-hand portion of the screen, this is where you're going to be able to upload a profile picture and logo, which I highly encourage you to do so if one is not already there. This is where we pull all of that information for the various products that we offer. So definitely want to do that if one is not already available. Just below that, you're going to see statistics and leads. This is where you're going to be able to track all of your activity for your virtual tours, and then also get the information if any leads were captured throughout the various products. Right in the middle of the screen, you're going to see green or blue rectangular boxes. Just to give you some insight of what those mean, the blue boxes indicate tours that were created using all of the MLS data that we've pulled directly from the data feed, where the green ones are denote the create custom tour feature. Now, we do offer that create custom tour feature for co-listing agents. As Property Panorama pulls the information from the MLS, we're only allowed to create the tours automatically for the primary agents. So if you're a co-listing agent that you may want to have a tour for, or create a flyer for, just use the create custom tour feature and it allows you to do just that. On the right-hand side of each one of those listings, you're going to see a green public button or a red private one. That green public button just indicates that all of the virtual tour links and video links are available for consumers to click on and view, whereas that red private one will deactivate all of the links. Now, the reason why you might want to use that red private button or click that option there is in the event that you have another tour on the MLS that you just don't want to market the Property Panorama one, you could certainly opt out if you choose to do that. You're also going to notice right below there, there's a linking page and tour manager section. We're going to dive into the linking page area first, but this is where you're going to be able to get all of the different links for your product. So as you can see there on the top, you have the branded InstaView tour. You can also share your tour directly to your social media outlets right there using our one-click syndication option. Now, as I mentioned previously, the unbranded tour link that you see there, that is automatically created and attached back to the MLS specifically for the MLS. And some agents do call in from time to time and they ask us, where is that unbranded tour located? So I grabbed a quick screenshot from one of our partners here to kind of give you that insight. When you open up your matrix sheet, if you look to the left-hand side of the main photo there, you're going to see a little movie reel icon. That'll be the virtual tour link for that particular listing. And in some integrations that we have with the Matrix platform, you're going to see where it says virtual tour Property Panorama right there on the main section of the MLS data sheet. Going back to the actual linking page, below where the InstaView tour links are is the Pro Flyer section. Now, Property Panorama will automatically create a classic flyer for each one of your listings. It's using the data that we pull from the MLS, as I mentioned. However, it cannot be edited. If you want to have a custom flyer, just click the Create Flyer or Postcard button that you see there at the top. And that's going to open up the options for you to select what type of flyer you're trying to create. Is it just sold? Is it just listed? Open house, etc. After you make your selection, you get to choose what template you want to use. We have several different templates to choose from, so it's a matter of preference on that point. And then you can also, as I mentioned, edit the colors. You can edit the content of the flyer, so the description. Maybe you don't like what's in the MLS or you want to say something a little bit different on the flyer. You can edit that information there. You can also edit the features. We will automatically pull in the standard features like the bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. But if there's additional features of the home that you want to showcase, just click on Edit Features and it allows you to enter those in there accordingly. And then, of course, also you can also edit the photos. So we pull the first, depending on the template, in this specific example, we'll pull the first 5 photos and display those in the flyer. But if you want a different images, you can certainly adjust those there. Once you're satisfied with that desired look and feel, just click the save and exit button at the bottom, and it's going to allow you to download these flyers in either a PDF, a PNG, or even a JPEG image. So depending on what type of marketing material you're trying to put out there, you could certainly have that material at your disposal. Moving back to the linking page again, right below that flyer creation part of it is the additional media resources. This is where you're going to enter any of your additional content that you have that you want to market with your listing. So you just grab the URL, put it in the field here, give it a title, and then select an icon that best represents that content. That icon will then display on the left-hand side of the virtual tour, the branded tour, so that way consumers can see that, click on it, open it, and view that content. Once you've done that, click the submit button in the bottom left-hand portion of that section, and it automatically gets applied over to your branded tour. Moving back to the main area or the My Tour section of your account, I just wanted to kind of bring note and remind you of the Tour Manager section. The Tour Manager area is where you're going to be able to make all of your customizations to the branded content that we offer. First, we're going to discuss the photos. Now, Property Panorama will automatically pull all of the labels and descriptions directly from the MLS if they're included at the initial pull of the listing. However, if you need to adjust those, just select the photo of the that you want to work with from the right-hand side. And then just below the preview section, you're going to see a field that says photo name. Adjust it to whatever you'd like, and it automatically gets saved and applied over to your branded tour. The next section is the look and feel. We do get a lot of calls about this. How do I change the colors of my branded tour? This is exactly how you're going to do that. Go to the look and feel section, click on the change look and feel button at the very top. It's going to open up a light box. Now, if you notice where the arrow is pointing in the upper left-hand portion of that light box, there are several pre-designed themes that you can choose. If you don't feel creative and you just want to see what we have, look up to see what we got. If you do not like that, or you just want to be creative on your own, you can use the color wheel icons there in the middle of the screen. Select the respective color wheel, change the image. You'll be able to see that change in real time. Once you're satisfied with that look, just in the lower left-hand corner, you can save the changes. You can also make it a default, so that way you only have to change one tour, and then all of your products moving forward will have that same theme. That way you don't have to keep going back each individual listing and doing that. Next, I'm going to bring up the audio section. And similar to the look and feel, we do have several selections that you can choose from in regards to different music tracks that can be played on your tours. Now, if you do not like what we have, which, again, music is just a matter of preference, in my opinion, you can upload your own MP3 or music voiceover file. I do want to kind of make a little disclaimer here to make sure that you do go out and get the proper permissions from recording artists. That way you're not in any kind of trouble with copyright infringement laws or anything like that, as these tracks do get played publicly on your tour. So I do encourage you to make sure you do have the proper permissions for that, or hold the rights to that music. The next area I want to bring up to your attention is our settings section. This is also what I call my syndication page. So settings is where you're going to be able to set up all of your automatic social media syndication. If you want your branded tours to go to a Facebook or a Twitter feed respectfully, click yes to the icon there that you see, follow those on-screen prompts. And then each time that a branded tour is created within our system, we will automatically send that to either a business Facebook page or a Twitter feed. And we are getting ready to add LinkedIn to this list as well. So look for that here in the coming weeks. That should be available for you to automatically post to LinkedIn. This brings us to the final section that I want to cover today, which is the billing section, or the store, if you will. If you click on either of those boxes there, it takes you to our billing section, which then allows you to access your agent profile. Now, as I previously mentioned, InstaView, all of those advanced features I covered of InstaView and the agent profile, those are included at no additional cost. All the advanced features are there for your disposal. You can use those as you would desire. But if you want to purchase a boosted digital advertising campaign, you can do so here in the store. Click on the order now button for either the listing or agent campaign that you want to run. And then just as another reminder here that if you purchase a multiple week campaign, you do get a free week of advertising to go along with that. If any questions arise outside of this webinar or outside of this presentation, I do highly encourage you to take a look at our FAQ or tutorial pages. The tutorial pages, I've seen some of our competitors have like, hour-long tutorials about how to accomplish one goal within the account. What we've done is that we've broken that down into sections. So, if you want to learn about the agent profile, you can click on that, or maybe you want to learn how to build a listing campaign. You don't have to go through a long presentation just to get to that little task that you're trying to accomplish. And of course, you can also contact our live support. You can email support@propertypanorama.com. Call us at 440-290-2200. And we also encourage you to follow our blog. That's blog.propertypanorama.com. This is to stay up to date with all of the latest changes, the new stuff that we bring out. One thing I can give you a little bit of insight on is that our team is currently outlining the development process of being able to schedule social media posts. So that's something to kind of look forward to down the pipeline with Property Panorama. So hopefully that won't take too long to get out. I don't have an estimated date, unfortunately. I know some people have been asking me about that. I cannot give you a tentative date at this present moment, but it is something exciting that we're working on to try to, expand and evolve with Property Panorama. So with that, once again, I want to thank everybody for joining me today with the presentation. I hope you got a lot out of it. If there's any questions, click on the Q&A tab, fill them in, and then I'll do my best to answer those accordingly.